Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And basically, what Douglas Adams was saying is that we don't really know what the right questions are to ask. Earth, it turns out, is a big computer. Its goal is to answer the question, what's the meaning of life? And Earth comes up with the answer 42. In that book, which is really sort of a book about, it's an existential philosophy book disguised as humor, they come to the conclusion that no, the real problem is trying to formulate the question. And to really have the right question, you need a much bigger computer than Earth. One way, of characterizing this would be to say, the universe is the answer. What is the question?
Let's talk about the growing tension between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Not just his two figures, but his two visions. Elon is trying to rip the country away from a man who is more than only just a politician. He is a symbol embedded in a coherent and unified synchronization of ideas. Ideas like national sovereignty, economic self-reliance, and the preservation of traditional values in the constitutional framework of America. Now, we admire Elon's innovation, his boldness, his role in pushing the boundaries of tech. He's exciting, he's smart, he gets things done. But we didn't vote for Elon, we voted for Trump. And there is a huge difference. You see, liking someone is not the same thing as entrusting them with the spirit of a nation. As Trump didn't just run a campaign, he gave shape to a movement. He wrapped up millions of people's frustrations, hopes, and beliefs into a political vehicle that reflected what each of us felt America ought to be. In 1 Samuel 22:2, the Bible declares, everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented, gathered themselves unto David, and he became a captain over them. In 2 Samuel 19:14, a book later, the Bible states, he won over the hearts of the men of Judah, even as unto the heart of one man. Elon, he's building something global, post-national, even post-human. His ontological identity, his very being, the core of who he is, was never rooted in submission to a country, not fully, and not permanently. He was born transnationally, from South Africa to Canada, and then to Silicon Valley here in the United States of America. His vision of the future is not framed by the Constitution. It's framed by the cosmos and the tenets thereof. Starlink serves over 5 million subscribers worldwide, indicating its widespread adoption internationally. He intensely focuses on climate change, artificial intelligence, space travel, and Mars colonization, and just the future of humanity as a whole. You see, Musk funded the $100 million X Prize carbon removal competition to spur innovation in carbon capture technologies. Musk founded XAI, which developed the Grok chatbot, aiming to compete with leading AI models whose project revenues will exceed $13 billion by 2029, indicative of significant market engagement. He plans to send uncrewed Starship missions to Mars by 2026, with crewed missions to follow thereafter, aiming for a city with 1 million people. He speaks the language of Mars and AI and borderless enterprise. For a moment, America embraced that because we are dreamers, and Elon sells big dreams. But those dreams have yet never to submit to a place like America. They don't bend the knee to her history, her symbols, her limitations, her constitution, or her national state sovereignty. Trump, on the other hand, is a product of America. Flawed, yes. Brash, absolutely. But local, historical, earthbound, human. Elon wants to upload all of humanity. Trump wants to preserve our national sovereignty. And that's the tension. That's the distinction. That's a choice you have to make. One man born of the stars, the other's born of the soil. Trump, for all of his flaws and all of his quirks and all of his tweets, keeps the conversation rooted in America, her people, her borders, her founding ideals. The question is, will we be dazzled by a man with rockets and robots, or remain loyal to a man who, for better or worse, gave forgotten Americans back their voice? That's not just a political question. That's a cultural reckoning. That's a spiritual decision. I'm Chase Parrish, and this is Red space.